Hello students, and welcome to EasyNet Computers YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to solve some of the NECO past practical questions. Please note, it's mainly the practical past questions, some of which the question I ask students to carry out tasks using Microsoft Word, at times Microsoft Excel, at times Access, PowerPoint, CorelDRAW. Please follow me as we dive into the practical session. I believe you will enjoy it. Practical session. In this particular video, we'll be dealing with the NECO 2020 practical, the aspect that involve the use of Microsoft Word. Please follow me. What you can see on the screen presently is the Microsoft Word NECO 2020 past practical question. This particular question, from my own understanding, let me zoom it a bit so that we can see. It says, use Microsoft Word to produce the formats and perform the tasks below. The task is divided into two parts, namely header and body. Use any inbuilt header of your choice, Cambridge font style and font size 9 points. By default, insert the shapes in the format and type objective, blah blah blah, others. So from my own understanding, what the job actually wants us to do is to create this content. And from what I'm seeing here, this is like an abridged version of a curriculum vitae, that's a CV, though we are to design it exactly in this format. This is the first page of the question. If you check the next page has the following instructions. It says replace the NECO headquarters, replace the phone number, replace the Abraham Mohammed, replace this, replace that. So, from my own understanding, all we are asked to do is create everything on this page exactly the way it is. That's the curriculum vitae. After which we will now modify the content to suit their requirements. Some of the requirements is what you are seeing here. Just to create this content, then modify it based on the instruction here. So let's see how it goes. So we have to do this with Microsoft Word. The first thing we do is open Microsoft Word. How do we do that? You click Start, go to All Programs. If you get to our program, just scroll down and you should be able to see Microsoft Office. From Microsoft Office here, you see Microsoft Office Word standard 7 versions. What I have on my system here, either 7 or 10 or 13, all will do the same thing. So I'm opening the Microsoft Word. So what does the thing require us to do? We have to create this CV just the way it is. It has a header part and then the body part. So in my Microsoft Word, I will simply do a page setup. Though the instruction do not say do page setup, but it's a good practice that one should always do page setup. How will I do that? Go to page layout, choose my paper size, say A4, choose my orientation, portrait, my margin remains normal. I go back to home. There's one thing I may always mention, but there's no point going too far for now. Under this style here, there's a reason for that. I'll just click on no spacing, then I can start my work. According to the instruction, we have the header parts, and the header wants us to put this information. So I'll just type anything there that will replace it based on the instruction later on. And the body part will put this. So in the header part, to put a header, simply go to insert. Now insert, you see header, footer, page number. So use header. Then from that header, let me just save stress, click the first one, type text. Then I type my message, NECO headquarters. Since this is not going to be the final content that will be there, I'm still going to change it based on the instructions. So let me just put that alone, NECO headquarters, and skip the other content. I can click here, close header and footer. Then come back to the body. The body has a box, Abraham Mohammed, objective, biodata, educational history. Okay, so let's put the content one after the other. From my own understanding, it's not that you must type this content. This one that say body, just the other thing that are below. Or maybe we'll see put the body will not be penalized for that, just to be on the safer side. So I'm going to write body. Then go to insert, shapes, click on this text box. I'm going to draw a text box. After drawing my text box, I can write that content, which is Abraham, whatever. Next is objective. You can click outside here from this body and press enter. Meanwhile, as I'm pressing enter, that drawing I had is being pushed down. So I may drag it up. Then, what do I have? Objective. Below the objective, I have the contents. That's to draw another text box. I want to bring my cursor down again, so I might just click here, press enter, then drag this up so that I can click here. What do I have? Biodata. Then under the biodata, I have a rounded rectangle, rounded corner rectangle. So there are two ways. Either I use my text box direct, or I still use this, which is a rounded rectangle. Let me use this one. Look at my rounded rectangle straight away. But this rounded rectangle will not allow me to type content. So the easiest way to type content inside this is, while my mouse is on this, I'll just right click and I say add text. Once I say add text, that allows me to type my content. What are we typing? Sex, date of birth, state of origin, and local government. Sex, date of birth. Date of birth. State of origin and local government. This is one of the reasons why I always click that no spacing. So some of my content I've typed now, they are there but they are not showing. So I may just say Ctrl A to select. From my home menu, I'll just click no spacing. So that allows the text to be shrink together so that those ones that are hidden before can show up. So let me just expand this a bit. So the instruction is just that we have to type content in front, which I will do that later on based on the instruction on the next page. So let me just put this and ignore that. So I need to be fast. Next is educational history. I click down here and adjust this a bit. Then I have educational history. From what I'm seeing here right now, the educational history is having 3 boxes. Year, primary, this. 3 boxes. So I can do that by using the same thing, text box. So the first text box, go this way. Go back. Pick text box again, and again another text box, So because I have used text box, that means I'll be allowed to type any content I want. What do you have inside? My primary school details. That's what will be inside the text. For now, let's leave it blank. I'll just follow the instruction to put content later on. Personal skills. That's the next. So what you are seeing here, there is a scroll form of rectangle. That is what is used here. So I go to insert, shapes, and I think that is what I have here. Horizontal scroll. That's what I have down here. Click and draw. Remember, this will not allow me to type. I will not be able to type inside, but I must type. So what's the way out? The only way out is just for me to right click on this and I click add text. Now I'll type my content later on. What's the next? Hobbies, and let me zoom a bit so I see. Hobbies / best subjects. So I click down here, enter. Hobbies / best subject. Okay. Then I have referee. From my observation, there I have a box as well where I put this content. So I can go to insert, shapes, click on this text box and place my text box here. That's actually bullet and numbering, so I'll deal with that later on. Then the referee part has 4 boxes. So those 4 boxes, I can also get it by using text box. So I go to insert, shapes, and place my text box. That's the first one. Then another one. Then another one. Then another one. Forget about the other side, that my last set of boxes down here did not align with the one above. That should not cost any planning. I can always make adjustments by just clicking here, adjust this. Probably I reduce this, then expand this one, then reduce this instead, then expand this and adjust this. For each of these boxes that I want to type in order to make sure that the text will not be given too much spaces, for each of them I can always click and use no spacing. I'll be discussing about no spacing later on. Just click each and select no spacing. I can click this as well, select no spacing. Okay, I've done that to this before. Now objective, click inside, select no spacing, select no spacing for this as well. So that is the layout, that is the content of the question. So the next thing we'll now be doing is to look at what exactly are we asked to do, what exactly do the instruction says that we should do. So I'll be navigating to the next page where we have instructions. So I'm going to zoom so that you can see. Say application, replace this, replace that, replace this, replace that. So let's quickly follow the instruction to replace content. first one says replace NECO headquarters Minna, Nigeria with your home address and italize. Replace the phone number and this with your registration number and the combination of your first name and surname to form a correct email address respectively. An example is given here. So you know your registration number, you know your name, you know your surname. You can just join in with @yahoo.com, just like what is said here. So replace the NECO headquarters with your home address and italize. So this is the header area. To replace or to edit anything in this area, just double click. To double click this, I can highlight, then type my address, number 12 Hill Street. And it says italize, so I can highlight it from home, this italic. To type the next content at the middle, press tab. Once I press tab, let's see the instruction. It says replace the number with your registration number. Okay, so come here, write my reg number, say 56 this that is okay, DF, and my name, surname as email. I press tab again. Alright, easy, next. Okay, let me write my real name. Isaac Ismail at yahoo.com. This actually takes care of the first part, that's the header area. So you can go to design, from design menu, close header and footer. That part is done. The next instruction here says replace Abraham with your surname and first name using font size 16 in uppercase, bold and center aligned. Size 16. Highlight this. Change to 16. Uppercase, okay, it says uppercase, bold, center aligned. So this is center aligned, bold, and here I can change to uppercase, though I should have done my typing first, so I can type now. That's it. You can adjust this. Replace this with your surname or your first name, not say middle name. Now the next one says replace to pursue a career in the field of creation with your own objective. Okay, which is the next objective. So I do not type the previous one, so I just go ahead and type what I want. What's my objective? To become the best computer teacher in the world. So help you God. Actually, you don't really need this. Just type your objective. Now the next one says replace the @ sign of the biodata with the corresponding details. Okay, type your education, coming there. So let's quickly put our details here. Sex, you can click and press tab. Sex, say male. Say 2008. State, say Kwara State. Which local government? Press tab. Actually press tab for that. Fairly do. That's taken care of. That's all. The next instruction I say type your educational history for the year. For example, from which year to which year. School name, states. That's a leave primary school certificate unchanged. Now before I go there, let's first of all take care of this year. I'll need to open what we have before. Next we have year, primary school certificate. So from which year to which year. So in this box, I'll just say from 2006 to 2012. That is taken care of. Then the next one say primary school certificate. You should leave it unchanged, right? Primary school certificates. The school name and state. Click here and write EasyNet International School, Lagos. That's it. EasyNet International School, Lagos. Personal skills. Let's look at the instruction. Type your education, okay. Use any bullet numbering of your choice to give 4 personal skills you possess in the personal skills text box. Personal skills you possess. This does not mean that it must be something really astonishing. Just type something, don't save yourself the answer. Personal skills. Any bullet style of my choice. You can come here, choose bullets. Right? Ability to multitask, that's a skill. Ability to work under pressure, that's a task. Let me quickly correct my task here. Say 4. Ability to memorize things quickly, and I have the ability to teach effectively. So you can always put your own. That is what we're asked to do there. Coming down to the hobbies and best subjects, let's see what the instruction says. Type 2 hobbies to replace asterisk, and 2 subjects to replace the hash sign. It says 2 hobbies, 2 best subjects. Okay, so I'll simply come here. Let me use this bullet style, or which bullet style is used there. Let me check. Okay, just bullet style. Okay, just numbering. All right. Okay, just numbering. So I can choose number here, Roman numeral, and instruction says type 2 hobbies. The first hobby is singing and dancing. Playing football. Best subject, physics, mathematics. So I can go ahead and try to reduce this now since I have enough space. So to push this one up, I can click somewhere here, press backspace. Okay, what's the next instruction? Type 2 hobbies. Okay, I've done that. Type the appropriate information of your referee in the referee text box, and that is actually the last part. Second to the last part rather. The last one I said print out the hard copy in portrait orientation. So When we are done with it, we just say print. Once the job is printed out, that is guaranteed 22 marks. This is guaranteed 22 marks. I am very sure of that. So the last will say type the appropriate information of your referee. So let's see what are the required information. Actually, say type your uncles or fathers or mother's name, indicates our relationship, type the address and phone number. Okay, so we can simply come here. Let me use my dad's name, say Mr. Adi BC, right? Relationship, father, address, I guess, home or work address. Okay, so number 76, Wilma Crescent, Oludi, Papa, Lagos. What's his phone number? 07030903097. Actually, that's my phone number. I do not expect anybody to start disturbing me. But if you have business for me, if you have any question that you want to ask, you can send text message, you can WhatsApp me, you can call any time with that number. This is all the required details from her. This is everything that I asked you to do. So for those that do not really know how to print, I have typed my CV, I have followed the instruction. If there's any error, so I don't think there's any error actually. But if there's any error, one can always look at the instruction again and amend. But this is the basic requirement. To print out your job, you simply go to File menu. If you are using 2010 version, but this 2007 version, I'll just see somewhere here, and I can click print. Make sure your printer is connected, and I say OK, and I should be able to get the result out. Thank you very much.